In this video, I'm unboxing and taking a look at this Crenova Mini Video Projector, so stay tuned. Hi, this is Andrew from T is for Tech, and today this is a first for the channel. I am taking a look at a projector. This is something that I've never owned before. I've never had a projector. I've had TVs in my house and some fairly large LCD TVs and LED TVs and all of that, but I've never played around or purchased or even considered taking a look at a projector. Now the interesting thing is, and I don't know when this really happened, but projectors used to be fairly expensive. Recently there's lots of projectors that you can purchase off of Amazon and things like that are fairly inexpensive and seemingly have pretty good quality. Right, so this one is by a company called Crenova, and it's not a huge projector, right? So they kind of classify this as a mini projector. It's the model XPE498, and I'm going to unbox it. I'm going to do some testing around my house. I'm going to projection of it and see what the video quality is and all of that. Yeah, and it looks fairly well featured for the price. I mean, this was under $100. It has a variety of ways that you can input media, to project it. And this is a 2019 upgraded model, so it has 3200 lux brightness, 2200:1 contrast ratio, supports up to 1080p resolution, has a 50,000 hour lamp life, and it has built-in speaker even, right? So there's just a lot of features in this that we'll take a look at and see how it performs. One of the things that's interesting is I've seen some other projectors. Like I said, I've never owned one. The contrast ratios have always been not so great on other projectors. So I want to see what this actually looks like. If they say has a contrast ratio of 2001, the color should be bright, the black should be black. Has a built-in stereo speaker, supports Bluetooth transmitter connection, so you can connect a Bluetooth speaker to this, so you can listen to the sound not through this. I mean, it can connect via Bluetooth and all that. So we'll take a look at this and basically see what it looks like. So if you take a look at this on Amazon, I will link to this in the description below. You'll find a little bit more about the projector itself and kind of what they market it as being useful for, right? So they talk about home theater, obviously, indoor outdoor parties. If you're outside and you want to project a movie for a party or some media for a party, and that's something that you can do. They talk about connecting a computer, like a TV box, like an Apple TV or those sorts of things, PlayStation, Xbox, all sorts of things like that. If I can get this lid off. So if we pop this open, I guess I can lean it like this. There's a couple things on the inside. They give you basically a free gift voucher. If you like the product and you review it, you might be able to get a special gift. And then there's a 12-month warranty card. Obviously, you take a look at that as well. And inside the box, it looks like you have, assuming this is power related or cord related. So if we open this up, what do we get? Get a little, looks like a height adjustable screw. We'll have to see where that goes. Also have, so you have a HDMI cable, which is nice, and it's actually kind of flat, like a flat HDMI cable. Power cord, a little dongle for audio and video if you have kind of like a single component video. Get a remote control. A little manual kind of talks about, obviously, the various things here. Basically take a look at that at some point, and then we'll just take a look at the projector itself. So the projector itself is fairly small. I mean, I've used projectors at work and, in the other places in the past, and they've always been, pretty big. And this is pretty small. So this is nice. It has a little silicone feeling rubber protector for kind of protecting the lens element there. So we got that. And then this is the projector. So that's where the screw goes. Kind of screws in the bottom. So you can adjust the height. It's going to adjust the height there. And then, basically you have a couple different things. So, you have the controls on the top, so power button, and looks like some buttons to kind of navigate menus that might be on there. This side, there's a fan outlet. It's a fan outlet. Looks like in the front, there's an infrared for the remote control. Obviously, you have the projection lens. Speakers on this side, you can see, so stereo speakers on one side, so they are side facing. You have a USB connector, headphone connector, audio video cable connector. So that was the that other cable that I showed. HDMI input. On the back side, you have an SD card slot, as well as a VGA input. And it looks like another LED, another infrared for the remote. Power connector and a keystone adjustment. So kind of slide for the keystone of the image. Yeah, so what I'm going to have to do here is find a place to project this in my house, and then I'll set it up, and I may need to use a different camera to record this or to record the the actual, what it looks like, because this camera is kind of set on a tripod here. So I'll use a different camera, and I will, after I get this set up and projecting, so, obviously we'll take a gander at what the output quality of this looks like. So I'll do that. I'll set this up. I'll gather some thoughts after doing some projection, hopefully videotape some of that so you can see, what it looks like or what scenario I set up in my house. And then we'll flip to the computer, discuss my thoughts and feelings of this projector in the final part of this review. So I will see you on the computer. So if you look at this, you'll see kind of like the windows over there. So this is all the way across my room. Sorry, the focusing really is having a hard time in the dark. And if you look up on the ceiling, that is where I'm projecting right now. Again, this camera's having a hard time just focusing on it. But yeah, so I mean, it's pretty light in the room, so the room is not totally dark. So you can see that it's it's showing up obviously on the ceiling. I mean, it's definitely viewable. Hopefully this is in focus. I had to manually focus it because it keeps losing the focus in the dark here. This is a Canon G7X Mark II. No, it's not the greatest. So anyways, so I'm not playing any audio here either. Hopefully this is not going to register a copyright strike or anything against my channel just for showing this stuff. But basically, so I was playing a little bit of Creed 2 and just kind of checking out the video quality. Like I said, this is an MP4. And I don't know. I'll have to look at the specs on this again because it says it supports up to 1080p input. But I don't think that the output resolution of the actual projector is 1080p because it doesn't look as sharp as I thought it would look. I mean, it's still pretty good for if you're just watching a movie, but I don't know, it doesn't look 1080p to me. So we'll check a different movie here. So this is kind of like, drama, Creed boxing movie sort of of thing. And again, I really hope this is in focus. Alright, so we'll flip back out. So this is the menu. I'm in the picture menu right now. Like, how do I get back to? So this is Ralph Breaks the Internet. So we'll just kind of see what this is, because it's a cartoon, right? So it's a little bit more vibrant colors and all of that. So actually, this actually looks pretty good. Again, I mean, if you put this in, into perspective, this right now is probably more than, I want to say, it's probably about 14 or 15 feet wide, so more on the diagonal on my ceiling. So that's probably, it's pretty big. It's pretty big projected up there, and it looks pretty good. Like I said, I don't know if 1080p, I'll have to double check the specs on the output of the actual thing, but it's more than adequate if I was going to have like my kids, friends over or somebody, and we're going to watch a movie. It actually works pretty good, and like I said, the brightness is pretty good. The contrast ratio looks to be pretty good. This room isn't totally dark. As you can see, like there is light in here, but on the ceiling when I'm looking at this, it does show up pretty well. Try this one. So this is, so I'll turn the volume up just a little bit for a second.
We will fight on, but we must find refuge first.
So all in all, I think that this provides a pretty good value for, like I said, under $100. It's a very good solution if you're looking to project for your kids, or just kind of having, a ability to project a computer or a PlayStation or an Xbox or Apple TV or other sort of thing in your house somewhere, right? I would not give this the same recommendation if you were building a home theater or something like that. I just don't think it's high enough quality to be like a dedicated home theater system. But I don't think that's the market or the segment that this is really targeted for, right? It's really targeted for casual watching of content that you want to kind of blow up on a wall or ceiling or somewhere else. It's not a home theater projector. So my final thoughts is that it's a great device if you're looking for casual video projection in your home for your kids, that sort of thing. So let me know in the comments if you have any questions. This is Andrew from T is for Tech. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.